Good evening, everybody. This is student meteorologist Josh Millay here with your Thursday night weather forecast. So as we look over at Doak, we're just seeing these lovely clouds, and then we are just seeing a lovely Doak Campbell Stadium, 64 degrees, partly cloudy outside, but looking beautiful nonetheless. Right now, we see over Tallahassee, nothing to worry about in terms of precip. Some light showers, but very spotty and very minimal at the most. And tonight, we'll be getting down to 46 degrees, so make sure if you're going out and hanging out with your friends, just bundle up and get a nice good winter jacket. And then it'll be partly cloudy, and we will have that wind chill in effect. Tomorrow, we will get up to 68 with cloudy skies and some rain in the western part of our region. And tonight, we'll be talking about the air quality index, which we will definitely break that down for you because you'll see that on your weather apps and wonder, what is that? Now, and then the rainy weekend ahead, and what could be our typical bird of the week. All that and more on FSU Weather.
Happy Thursday. I'm student meteorologist Elizabeth Temple.
And I'm student meteorologist Joy Lone.
And what a fantastic week it has been weather-wise. It's been warmer than we've seen the past few weeks. I have definitely been enjoying being outside.
Oh, it's been lovely. Walking to class has just been amazing recently.
Yes, of course. And unfortunately, though, we do have some rain coming in this weekend. We have another rainmaker that we'll be going over tonight on the show, but that's going to bring those cooler temperatures back at least for a day or two at the beginning of the week next week.
Right, and as Josh said, don't forget your winter jacket at the start of next week. And speaking of Josh, tell us more about that winter jacket we will be needing next week.
Well, thank you so much, Joy. And we definitely will need that winter jacket next week, but most certainly we will definitely need it tonight. As if you are going out with your friends, just make sure to bundle up. So as we are seeing, Doak Campbell's just looking absolutely gorgeous. We are now down to 64, partly cloudy. And as you see across the area, we're hanging around the mid-60s, 65 in Tallahassee, going up to 68 over in Bainbridge, a little bit cooler at the coast at 59 at Apalachicola, as we do have a southerly wind coming in. That's also explaining why we have wetter conditions near the coast and dry conditions up north. Because we have a southerly wind coming in, it's just bringing in that moisture, which is also actually a good ingredient for advection fog, which helps to bring in, which if you get moisture coming from the coast, then that can help with the proper conditions to bring in some fog later on. But we do not have a chance for that at this point. Right now, we are feeling just around our temperatures that we're feeling right now, 64 in Tallahassee, so just a bit cooler, 66 in Thomasville, 67 in Bainbridge. So we're not feeling too far off of them. Right now, we got to a high of 70 today. We got to a low of 44, so we're not too far off our averages. And thankfully, we are nowhere near our record high or record low because I do not want to feel summer or even just extreme winter at this point because I'm not prepared for it. And also, I just don't like these conditions. Let February be February. But currently, we are seeing just some ground scatter, but nothing to worry about. It's just looking absolutely nice outside. I say just take advantage of the really nice weather that we have because before long, summer conditions will be arriving in spring. And as you see throughout the future radar, we'll just see some isolated cloud cover coming in before we get a consistent overcast layer working into Friday morning. And then we will start to see rain showers, primarily to moderate showers coming in into the western part of our region by Friday evening. So tomorrow, and that will prepare us for a Saturday where we will see a heavier rainmaker. Now tonight, we will be getting down to 46, and it'll be partly cloudy, but so if you're going to go stargazing, maybe not the best idea, or if you still want to take that chance, make sure to bring a jacket, as I said earlier. And tomorrow, well, tonight actually, we'll be getting to 47 in Tallahassee, a little bit warmer at the coast, 50 at St. Mark's and at Apalachicola. And tomorrow, we'll be making our way to temperatures in the mid-60s again, and we'll be seeing cloudy conditions all throughout. So basically, it'll be 46 at 6 a.m. and we'll be working up to the mid-60s by 6 p.m. And tomorrow, and through the week ahead, we'll see most of our rain will be coming in on Saturday, and we'll see cooler conditions throughout the rest of the week and going into next week. But it'll be very nice overall, just for a good steady weekend. Now, Joy, what's going on through the rest of Florida?
I will let you know, Josh. Thank you. So look at how nice it looks, especially in Miami, those clear conditions. You can see that sunset, and even in Tampa, like nice pink gradient. But here in Panama City Beach, you can start to see those clouds develop, and you'll see that as a common pattern throughout the weekend. But right now, it's pretty nice. It actually looks like spring. Maybe Groundhog Day was correct. 75 down in Key West and into Tallahassee, 65. And if you go more west, it is 60 degrees there in Pensacola. And as I mentioned, we will see some cloud coverage, but in terms of our dew points, we will see these temperatures increase because we will have those rainmakers. We're going to have a cold front that's going to stall over here in Central Florida and eventually make its way down to South Florida. So as that rain moves into the area, our dew points will increase. And once the rain leaves the Big Bend region, you can see our dew point did decrease over there. But currently, there's not much to worry about unless you're over the water on a boat. There could be some pop-up showers or even all the way in New Orleans, but you're not part of Florida, so we won't mention you. And in terms of our low-level water vapor, not really too much to be concerned about because there's not too much rain in our area, but we could still see that moisture and feel it. And as the days go on with those rainmakers coming into our area, you'll see that Tallahassee will have some rain, but as you make your way to Central Florida where it will stall, your rain will be larger amounts, and down in Miami as well, our rain will be a lot greater. So let's just delve a little bit deeper into each part of Florida and see when will we see those rain chances. And here in Miami, it will be 100% chance of rain on Sundays. So if you are going out on the boat, I highly recommend going out either Friday or Saturday where your rain chances are a lot less. And these temperatures are very typical for Miami. So if you're down there, this is something that you would expect to see every day. If you are in Tampa, you will see rain about 80% on Saturday, and your temperature should be relatively mild at 65. But into Sunday, 100% rain. So again, bring an umbrella, don't go on your boat, be safe. And 57 degrees, it should be a nice chill rainy day. If you're out in Central Florida, that stalling cold front will bring rains both Saturday and Sunday with high chances and relatively mild temperatures. But on Friday, it should be a lovely day to go out, maybe go to Disney World. I want to go to Disney World right now. And if you're in Jacksonville, 90% rain on Saturday, and your rain chances will decrease by Sunday, and your temperatures will start to decrease once that cold front starts to move out of the area. And westward, the rain will actually begin earlier as the low starts making its way through Florida. So by Sunday, all of that rain should be out of your area, and there will be nothing to worry about, and these storms will not be severe, so there is no severity to be worried about. But for tonight, you will see that the rain will be lingering up here in Jacksonville and even into Gainesville. But if you're down in the south, the temperature should be relatively mild, 68 degrees in Miami and 72 in Key West. And if you're over here in Pensacola, 55 and 54 is what we've been seeing throughout this region recently. And tomorrow looks like spring, as I mentioned, 80 degrees in Fort Myers, 79 in Orlando. So, I mean, these are pretty nice conditions that we would expect probably in February, a little bit above average, but not too much rain going on here. But watch out for that rain, Florida. It will come and bite you. But will that rain impact the southeast, Elizabeth?
Well, unfortunately, it looks like it will, but right now, nothing to be concerned about as far as rain goes. Beautiful sunsets like across the rest of the state. Beautiful in Miami, Clemson, Atlanta, and in Tampa right now. A few little clouds in the sky, but nothing as far as rain goes right now, fortunately. And for the rest of the area, sitting at very similar temperatures, mid to upper 60s to low 70s as we get into the state of Florida. 68 in Little Rock, 69 in Jackson, 66 in Montgomery, and 62 in Charlotte right now with those partly cloudy conditions. And so our dew points right now sitting pretty dry in the eastern part of the region, but when we see that front move through the area, as Joy was saying, we'll bring those drier conditions behind the front, and we'll see our dew points decrease rapidly by Saturday afternoon. 13 in Nashville, 18 in Memphis, 9 in Fayetteville, 20 in Dallas. So it'll be very dry. So of course we have the issue with possible fire weather with that. But right now our winds are coming out of the south, so we're getting lots of that moisture, at least right now, ahead of the front. The front is all the way past Dallas currently, so nothing to be concerned about, at least for the rest of the day, but we are sitting fairly muggy right now. But the radar, like I said, nothing to worry about. A few showers off in the Gulf right now, but of course, nothing to worry about, so we have no severe threat for thunderstorms today. And for tomorrow, we'll see that non-severe storm threat as we head into tomorrow. And for Saturday, that'll move into South Florida down there. So just a few showers and possibly some rumbles of thunder, but nothing severe to talk about. So we'll see those clouds moving through the rest of the day today, and those showers will begin as we head into late Friday night, early Sunday morning, late Friday night, early Saturday morning, and then by Saturday afternoon into Sunday, no rain to talk about, just those clouds will linger on just a little bit longer. Rain is not a huge issue, at least with this system. We can see some higher values of rain, 1.5 to 2.5 inches into Central Florida as that front will stall over there and onto the coast of Texas there. But again, nothing to be concerned about, but it has been fairly dry, so nothing to be concerned about there. Tonight, we'll be seeing pretty cooler cooler temperatures. It'll be 34 in Dallas, 36 in Jackson, 30 in Memphis, 28 in Nashville up there. And for tomorrow, very similar to today, possibly a bit warmer as you head into South Florida. So now I'm so excited for our Weather What segment, and we'll be learning about the air quality issues that have been going on.
Yes, Elizabeth, thank you. So we will be learning about the air quality issues, as you mentioned. It's a very important topic. You see it in your weather app, and we want to know, what is it, or what is it? So let's start off by talking about what it actually is. So the Air Quality Index is used for reporting the daily air quality, and it tells you how clean or polluted your air may be and what associated health effects might be a concern for you regarding that.
Yeah, so the air quality index is calculated from 5 major air pollutants, which is ground level ozone or tropospheric ozone, particulate matter, PM2.5, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide.
Indeed. And there are 2 pollutants that actually pose the greatest threat to our health, and that is ground level ozone and airborne particles. So if we take a closer look at the air quality index levels that you may see, if we see something from 0 to 50, that's relatively good. But as you move up that number line, up to 201 to 300 is very unhealthy. So when you see those numbers, be sure to look at this chart and see, well, where are we lying right now, and will this pose a threat to my health?
Most certainly. So with particulate matter, or PM2.5, it's a complex mixture of solids, aerosols that can be composed of liquids, dry solid fragments, solid cores with liquid coatings, and it's usually going to be around the size of 2.5 micrometers.
Indeed, and emissions from combustion of gasoline, oil, diesel fuel, or wood can produce much of the PM2.5 pollution that is found in our outdoor air.
Yes, and with unhealthy levels, it can increase the risk of health problems and also reduce visibility and cause the air to appear hazy. And it's not that fantastic to look at it. And as we see doing a size comparison, human hair is only 50 to 70 micrometers. Particulate matter of less than 10 micrometers will be enough to irritate your throat, and then 2.5 or more or smaller can get into your lungs and really cause respiratory issues.
Right. And so as I mentioned, that ground level ozone can actually pose a lot of threat to your health. And what is it? Well, it's not really emitted directly into the air. It happens from cars and power plants, and it can reach a lot of unhealthy levels on hot, sunny days. So make sure that you reduce the time you spend outdoors when your air quality index is high. So Elizabeth, I would like to know what is going on around the rest of our country.
Yeah, so the rest of the country is sitting pretty versed when you look at our temperatures. It's 27 in Minneapolis, 24 in Bismarck, 17 and snowing in Billings right now, 43 in Seattle. And it is also cool when you head into the Northeast, and they were dealing with that snowstorm that just moved through. It is fortunately leaving that area right now, and so we like to play this game called Spot the Cold Front, and you see where this blue shading mixes with the green shading, that's where we'll see our front, and you can especially see on our dew point map all of this moisture. This is ahead of the front, this line right here, dry air behind it, moist air in front of it. So clearly we can see that is where our cold front is, but it's generally dry where you're not being impacted by that front. So the radar right now, nothing incredible to point out. We do have this front that is bringing some snow into the Midwest right now. We have a system that is going to come onto the Pacific Northwest heading into this weekend. And we have, like I said, the snowstorm that was impacting the Northeast up there that is heading up into Canada, and it won't be bothering anyone else by the end of the weekend. So we have the water vapor imagery, and you can see where those storms are as well. So there is that nor'easter that just went through the Northeast. Here is our cold front here. That is where all that moisture is coming from. And then we have that low pressure system that is getting close to the Pacific Northwest right there. Fortunately, drought conditions, although it may not look like it, they are getting better. It's been a pretty wet winter as we've seen, but we are dealing with a lot of drought in the Southwest right now, especially in western portions of Texas and in southeastern portions of New Mexico right now. But generally, lots of places are getting better, and we'll be seeing lots of rain heading into the rest of this weekend. Mostly every state does have some sort of rainfall in the forecast, especially when we see that system move into the Pacific Northwest there. So we'll see the rainfall totals 1.5 to 2.5 inches for Northern California. So the Weather Prediction Center does have a slight risk for excessive rainfall for Sunday, so flooding will have to be watched there, and that is pretty sad considering what they have experienced, at least for the rest of this week. But temperatures, we'll see that cold front move further to the south and east, and more places will get cooler as we head into the rest of the day tomorrow. Josh?
Yeah, so it's time for the time you've been waiting for, the bird of the week. It is, drumroll please, da 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 da. The cerulean warbler. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so it is the cerulean warbler. So it's home in Kentucky, and right now, as we are going to learn, some interesting facts are it's actually located in. Okay, it's found in a mixed species flock, and when re-nesting, this female often uses spider webs from the old nest to start construction on the new nest. Talk about recycling, and the populations unfortunately have declined due to habitat loss, but hopefully they can rebound. So they are located in Louisville, Kentucky, aka Gateway to the South, and it's 55 right now with sunny conditions, so it's looking absolutely nice and wonderful. And as you saw today, we were around actually warmer than normal conditions. 65 was our high, 40 was our low, way warmer than normal, but nowhere near our records, although the 65 high today is not too far from our 75 record back last year. Currently, we are seeing sunny conditions all around, although Simpsonville is just past sundown, and we'll be hitting sundown shortly. And currently, we are seeing nothing to be worried about, but as we work our way into tomorrow, we will start to see some clouds coming in, and then also we could have the potential for snow and sleet to be working its way into tomorrow morning. So as we see here and that'll be definitely going into the day tomorrow. So as you see throughout the rest of the week, we'll see Friday will have for sure precip in the form of snow and sleet, but it'll clear out by Saturday and Sunday to have really nice conditions, and hopefully if there's enough snow on the ground, you could have a snow day. I know some people hate it, some people love it. Either way, just enjoy the snow or be glad that it's over. Now, Elizabeth, what's going on around town?
Around town looks great right now. Obviously, this rain that's expected to come in, but like mentioned all throughout the show, if you have just joined us, we are tracking a rain event, but right now just some clouds in the vicinity, but beautiful sunsets. We have that cotton candy sky for most of the Big Bend region right now. Our temperatures are generally in the low to mid 60s. Cooler by the coast is 62 in St. Marks and in Crawfordville, 59 in Apalachicola, and 67 in Valdosta and in Thomasville right now, and it's generally more muggy along the coast. We have that southerly wind that's bringing in lots of that Gulf moisture, which is why you see this green shading, but it gets more dry when you get more north in the region. But no delays as far as flights go at Tallahassee Airport, and for the rest of the majors, once again, it's a beautiful travel day. No delays for the rest of the major airports. For tomorrow, we'll sit in the upper 60s, forecast high of 68. We'll see those clouds begin to move in, and winds will be west-southwest at 5 miles per hour. Dog walk forecast looks fine. If you want, you might need to bring a little sweater or some little booties for your dog, because it will only get to 61 by 11 a.m., and we probably won't see that sun, at least in the morning hours, until that rain passes. And of course, if you notice that your car is green, like I noticed that my blue car was green. It's because of this. We have high levels of tree pollen right now, so it's important that if you do have those seasonal allergies, to pay attention to that, because as I know, that is not very fun. Right now at the FSU Rec Sportsplex, 65 degrees. There is that beautiful sky again. It is partly cloudy there, south-southwest winds at 5 miles per hour. And just like in the dog walk forecast, may not be a great beach day as well. It's going to be cool and cloudy and not a great time to enjoy the water or the sun, because it'll be cold and cloudy. And for tonight, 55 degrees if you're heading out to College Town, a southwest wind at 1 mile per hour. Nothing too serious, so a light jacket would probably suffice if you are heading out. But of course, we'll see those temperatures begin to drop as we head into the rest of the weekend, and we'll see those rain chances start to increase this weekend as well. And Joy will talk to us a little bit more about that.
Yes, I will, Elizabeth, but let's just take one final look here. Here's our FSU res, those cotton candy skies Elizabeth was mentioning. You can see them just peeking below those clouds. Those clouds are going to start rolling in. It does say it's sunny. I don't think so. I think it's just a little bit cloudy, and those clouds will continue to roll in as our day goes on. But across the Big Bend, here we have mid-60s conditions. It says that it's sunny, but there will be some clouds. So if you were to see the sunset tonight, it may be blocked just a tad. But again, really nice nightlife conditions. I would recommend going out, hanging out with your friends, and definitely bring a light jacket. But it may feel a little bit muggy here in Tallahassee at 50 degrees with our dew point, but that will be increasing as that rain comes into the area. And as Elizabeth mentioned, we're going to have this advection of moisture, 5 miles per hour, but from the south. So the water here, that wind is going to help it come into our area and increase our moisture levels and make that rain a little more apparent. And tonight, as I mentioned, we're going to see a lot of clouds here in the Big Bend region. It's going to feel a little bit more like winter rather than those spring warm like air moments. And here 46 in Thomasville, down by the coast it's a bit warmer. And so relatively it should be nice here in Tallahassee, and there's absolutely no rain unless you are down here in East Point. You could see a pop-up shower, and again, as I mentioned, down by the ocean, just a little bit of showers, nothing to be concerned about until tomorrow once that Gulf flow forms in the Gulf of Mexico, bringing in some showers. We won't really be seeing that here in Tallahassee, but if you are headed west in the Pensacola or Panama City, you will start to see some showers. And here in Tallahassee, it says Friday at 6, so if you are going out tomorrow evening, I would highly recommend bringing a rain jacket or even an umbrella. So if you are here to plan your day, as I mentioned, our rain chances will increase as we head out through the day. But in the morning, just a bunch of clouds and some relatively mild conditions. 53 degrees by 9 a.m. should be a nice day to maybe go out running. And if you are driving to head somewhere, just some clouds that will block your view, but no rain that should make your driving any more difficult. 66 by 3 p.m. It should be a relatively nice day for driving. And we have a women's basketball game versus Wake Forest. In North Carolina, it will be 61 and mostly sunny, and that is today at 6 p.m. So make sure you go support our women in their basketball. And if you are in North Carolina and you are staying for the weekend, it will dip down to 26 by Saturday. So it will be frigid over there, and you'll see some clouds, and you won't really feel any type of warmness. It'll be down to 30 on Sunday. So that's for North Carolina. And we actually have a softball game that is at 4 p.m. versus Stanford. That is tonight, and it'll be 70 degrees. Not too much wind to cool you off from that, but it is still relatively mild. And if we're out in Clearwater, you'll see that the rain, as I mentioned, you're going to see those chances increase as that cold front starts to stall over the area. But the temperatures will be pretty comfortable, 57 as our high on Sunday. So make sure you bring an umbrella if you are going out and about in Clearwater. And for Tallahassee, once that cold front leaves our region, you'll see temperatures start to dip down 47 by Monday, but throughout the day it will warm up to 74. But looking back for our rain, make sure that you do bring an umbrella for Saturday. Be safe with all of the rain. And now let's close things off at the desk.
Thank you so much, Joy. Honestly, with the rain that's coming in on Saturday, that's the perfect day for me to go in and study. But speaking of weekend plans, Elizabeth, what are you planning to do this weekend?
Not really anything exciting. Saturday, I plan on working on the synoptic lab, as I'm sure many of us are. And then on Sunday, when that rain moves out, I'm going to be participating in a canoe boat race with my club. I did it last year. It was really fun, but it was in November, so it was much warmer than it is now. So we'll see how that goes.
Honestly, that sounds like a lot of fun. What club is it, by the way?
So I'll plug it right now. We are Circle K International. We are a branch of the Kiwanis Club. So we're going to be going out there and we're going to support the Sports Ability Alliance, which helps fund different sports activities for people of all abilities. So what are you doing this weekend?
Oh, I'm just studying and just more or less studying because I have a lot coming up. I have a couple exams coming up in the next couple of weeks, and I'm also going to use the plug. I'm part of the Florida State Undergraduate Research Opportunity Program, or UROP. And I'm essentially helping my students because I teach a class for that. I'm a leader for that class. I'm helping them get ready for their symposiums and helping them get their posters together. So I'm going to be doing a lot of helping with them over the weekend. Well,
that's good. Unfortunately, you could do that all inside. You could also follow us on Twitter when you're inside and it's raining this weekend. It'll be twitter.com/FSU weather.
Like us on Facebook inside at facebook.com/FSU weather.
And you should be watching us live on YouTube every day at 6 p.m., but you can also rewatch us at youtube.com/FSU weather.
Follow us on Instagram at FSU weather and follow us on TikTok at FSU weather off school campus Wi-Fi.
Yes, of course. Thanks for tuning in for this Thursday night FSU weather. I'm student meteorologist Elizabeth Temple.
I'm student meteorologist Josh Millay. Have a good night.